what was your first memory where you're like, okay, let me give this a shot?
Yeah.
Well, I think it goes back to, like I said, the dating times to where, you know, Mr. like, oh, if you help me, you know, we'll be able to leave quicker. And I'm like, okay. And clearly, like most people, it's like, well, I'm going to stick with the small stuff. So anything that was a baby, you know, it was not as scary.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay. So I think one of the first snakes that kind of really won me over were like the baby corn snakes.
Yeah.
Because at that point, same thing, you were just starting to get the mutations.
Yeah.
I know we had like some of the first like hypomelanistic corns and, you know, albinos and stuff like that. So, you know, they're babies, they're tiny.
They're cute.
Yeah. Exactly. So, you know, that's kind of, I think, what kind of got me into it. And then, you know, it's just like anything. I guess when you're around stuff enough,
get used to it.
Yeah, you just kind of get used to it. You kind of gain the knowledge just because, you know, these guys... God, it's so funny how different it is too. Because back then everybody was so into all the Latin names.
Yeah, we all like talk Latin.
It was never a corn snake. It was Elaphe gutata.
Now it's
gutata.
Pantherophis.
No, now it is. No, back then it was Elaphe gutata gutata.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So it was like, I don't even know what the hell these guys are talking about. They're talking these different languages. But then guess what? Over time, I knew what they were talking about because you hear it enough. Not that I cared, and I didn't learn it on purpose, but it's just by absorption.
Yeah.
And then honestly, it got to a point to where obviously, you know, we were younger and together. And then we had our, you know, our daughter. And
your daughter.
I always, no.
My daughter.
We had our daughter.
We had my daughter.
I physically
we had my daughter.
was pregnant with my daughter.
I know, you did that in the last podcast, by the way.
Did I do that too?
Yeah, somebody like donated and you're like, yeah, my daughter's doing fine. And then we panned over to mom's face and she was just like you could tell she was thinking, it's my daughter. I put in the work. 9 months.
I don't mind working, but I did always want to be a stay-at-home mom. I grew up, my mom was a single mom for most of my life, you know, and she always had a job. So this was a way, working with the snakes, that I would be able to be at home. So that's, you know, so
I got to tell you this story real quick, Noah. You'll love this one.
Okay.
So mom's pregnant.
Okay.
With my daughter.
Jade.
With my daughter. and she's due. She's big. She's ready.
She's like ready to pop.
She's ready to pop. I come home from work. She has revamped the entire basements of snakes. There's bedding everywhere. She's just like the whole shit. Like the whole place is
nesting,
spotless.
dude.
I mean, like, and then like her water broke. I mean, like, you know, she like that day, the day she went to the hospital,
she working hard.
She cleaned the entire basement of snakes. The entire basement of snakes.
Sounds about right.
And
I know.
And then
I don't remember that.
well, I remember because I remember coming home from work. It was 9. I worked at 9 o'clock. I worked at the pet shop. Came home. I was home at like 9:15. I was tired. I was super tired, and I go downstairs, and there's like bedding all over the floor, and she's like, yeah, I just revamped all this stuff. Like, she had all this and then like literally like 10 minutes later, she's like, oh my God, my water broke. And I'm like, oh, fuck. We got to go to the hospital. This is really happening. This is really happening.
And then this is really interesting to me. Was it like, I don't know why this is interesting to me. Were you like in the car and you're like,
No,
No.
not at all. So I guess,
or is that just movies?
I was very, I mean, everybody's different. Let me just say, everybody's labor and everything is different. I was very fortunate because I didn't even know. And I guess thinking back, I guess I had been kind of having contractions, but it was like, it wasn't pain. It was just kind of like uncomfortable. Like, and I didn't really think about it. But then like I knew when my water broke and I was like, holy shit.
You're like, I think that means
I'm not going to lie. Like, no, I freaked out.
Yeah.
Like mentally, I was like, because that's exactly it. Because I was like, oh, fuck, this is happening.
It's real.
I don't want this to happen. I can't stop this. Like, this baby has to come out and I don't want to go through it. Like, it was terrifying.
I can't
because
imagine.
They make you, because I don't know. They probably do now. They make you watch the movies, which I'm going to just say, just don't watch them.
Why would you watch the movies?
Don't do
I was
it,
fine till I watched the movie. And I was like, oh my God, I can't do this.
Because
and that's all that flashed in my head. As soon as my water broke, I was like, oh shit, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to.
Because when you watch the movie, then you have the visualization of it happening.
It
But if
was
you never watch the
terrible.
movie, you're going in
Right.
blind. So you're like, well, how bad could it be?
Exactly.
How bad could it be? Push it out, baby.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
But I don't know
But no, it was.
interesting
I
to
was
me.
just like, okay. Yeah, honestly, I didn't think I was. I was like, oh no, because that's what you said. I was like, well, wait a second. This is supposed to be excruciating pain and this and that. And I told your mom. I was like, oh yeah, we'll probably come back. And she's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, no, And obviously, and when it gets to a point, obviously it gets more intense or whatever. But
You said, it's 9 o'clock. I'll be back. I'm just going to go have a baby real quick.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I still have a couple rows of cages to clean later on.
I didn't think that was labor because it wasn't that.
That's what
Like I
happened.
said.
Seriously, when she said her water broke, I said, "Can you just hit that last rack over there before we get going?"
Yeah,
Come on, come on.
not true. Because guess what would have got hit? The side of your head.
But it was nice that, like your
That
mom
everything
said,
was cleaned up,
yeah, it was nice, yeah.
Nice that she had got everything
Clean.
clean.
No, when I was